Welcome back to Clear Talk. On today's episode, we cover some really cool topics. First being how to turn yourself on so you have endless motivation in your coaching business.
And then we discuss how to handle the financial crisis and pandemic as a coach.
And lastly, how to know when to transition from part-time coaching into full-time coaching. By the way, let us know down in the comments below, what was your number one takeaway from today's episode? Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Clear Talk. I'm your host, Armin Shaffi, and this is my co-host,
Jeanette Oduro.
And this is the number one show for coaches who want clarity in their business and how to grow and get more clients from around the world. We just created a whole new intro. I got inspired by Russell Brunson, so I wanted to kind of say it right now. The big question is this, okay? The big question is, how are coaches like us who started from scratch with nothing years ago, grew a business online, getting clients from around the world, and scaling our message, making a difference, and making money as well, all on making a huge impact in the world? How are we supposed to get our message out there, make our message scale online, get more clients consistently for our programs, all while making a big difference? That's the big question, and this show will give you the answer. So welcome to Clear Talk for Coaches. And if you're on YouTube right now, by the way, hit that little subscribe button and that little notification bell if you like content around how to grow your online coaching business, how to charge high ticket, how to create an evergreen program, how to create a funnel, and let an automated presentation or marketing system get your message out there so you don't have to go out there prospecting on social media all the time, and you can really focus on coaching, which is what you love, while your system brings you clients every single month, which is what we teach in our programs and in our content. So if you like free content around that, free trainings, YouTube videos, all that good stuff, hit that subscribe button. And if you're inside of the high ticket coaching community right now, say what's up in the comments down below. Let me see if you guys are here. Let me say hi to you guys, and feel free to ask questions while we're live on the show. And if you want your questions answered on this show live every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, all you got to do is go to askarmin.com, which is right there, and you can submit your question there. We'll take your question and we'll organize it in order to answer all of them live on the show. So, did you have a good weekend?
Lovely. It's a great weekend. How was yours?
Very good. I was very productive, working with clients and had a fun time. Tried to go to a mall. That wasn't a fun time. Tried to go to a mall to buy Christmas presents.
How did that go?
It was pretty weird. I went to the front of the mall, like the front door, and there was like a guard standing right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, where's your mask? I'm like, I actually forgot my mask in my office. So I'm like, can I just go buy a mask? He's like, yeah, but you need to have a mask to enter. I'm like, do you see my dilemma then? Because I got to enter with a mask to go buy a mask. So this guy goes, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. I'm like, okay. So I left and I went from another entrance of the mall where Shoppers Drug Mart was.
Okay.
I just went to Shoppers Drug Mart. I bought a thing there on the website. I bought masks there. So anyways, I went in. Then it's honestly like an apocalypse. It's weird. The whole world's like shutting down. It's like, there's like literally no one in the mall. There are lineups for everything, and like they don't like let you do anything. Like I'm like walking in. I was just gonna go to Apple to buy something, and they were like, there's lineups. Everyone's so far apart. We just go. I'm like, hey, can I like just go in? I just want to buy something quickly. He's like, yeah, you got to book an appointment to shop. I'm like, you want me to book an appointment to walk in your store to shop? Yeah. And today we're full. I'm like, really? So what do I do? I know. I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like sitting there. I'm like, bro, like I need to buy it now. He goes, can't do anything. You got to order online and you can pick up here. I'm like,
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. So I ordered online and I picked it up the next day. Anyway, so it's just really weird. Like everywhere, it's just like shut down. Anyways, I'm so like in tune with my purpose and like we're running our business. Every day we forget the world's shutting down because our business isn't affected. When you're online, guys, when you're doing online marketing, like it doesn't affect you to have a global pandemic or a shutdown. That's why we're very lucky. Actually, we switched from the live events to the online model at the beginning of this year. Very luckily at the right time. By the way, we months before this pandemic.
Yeah.
We were deciding to go online anyways.
It's so true. Yeah.
So like God was kind of like watching over us.
Did we know?
No, we didn't.
Was God giving us and some extra insight?
Infinite intelligence is smart, man. I was switching to online starting last year.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning of this year, I actually did my first I launched my business online. Like I tried a bunch of trial and errors last year. It was crap, but this year we've successfully launched it, and literally with 3 months into the year, all our events had to get canceled, so we just focused on online, and it's become better, you know. Anyways, so we're gonna answer questions.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of free coaching. We charge thousands of dollars for this kind of coaching and for this kind of mentorship and Q&A. So technically only my paid students and my paid clients inside of my Speaking at Clients program get this kind of attention. But for 1 hour a week, we do this with you on Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're live or not, say hey, drop some comments down below, drop some questions if you want to get answered on the show. And let's hop into the first question.
Well, before we get started, Oscar says, hello, missed you guys.
Oscar, one of our loyal listeners, man. Hope you're doing good.
We also have a quick shout out from Carrie Buck. Says, just watching what you're doing. Awesome.
Carrie, love you. By the way, Carrie's responsible for the content cloning system.
Really?
If you download if you haven't, by the way, if you're in high ticket coaching community and you haven't downloaded my content cloning system.
What are you doing?
Go to contentcloningsystem.com//download. If you're on YouTube as well, and go check it out. Maybe we can put it on the screen, contentcloningsystem.com/download.
Yeah.
And download it. It's a free PDF. We broke down, actually Lauren spent the time and built an entire PDF.
Shout out Lauren.
Shout out to Lauren Salres. Remember that thing you used to do? So yeah, she spent a few days just pretty much breaking down our entire social media content creation process. And we built this system called content cloning. We realized we only make, from this show right here, which is only 1 hour a week,
spoiler alert,
we create the entire week's content and repurpose everything. And I give an entire 5 to 6 step breakdown of our process. From the beginning of how we even get the content, the capturing, the going live, the everything is broken down into this PDF for free. And so you can just go to contentcloningsystem.com/download. And you can get your copy. So in the first page, I have a story of how I created it.
Yes.
And Carrie's in there. So I shouted Carrie out in the...
Wow.
Yeah, because she was in a mastermind I was in, and I kind of some people asked about social media. I said, here's what we do, and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And she messaged me after and went, do you have a printout of this? I'm like, no. Well, it's pretty simple, it's just this, and I wrote it out for her. And she goes, man, you should create a PDF for this. I'm like, you know what? Zoom in on my face.
Not just his.
Yeah, just my face. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And so
great.
I did. We did it within a week.
Thanks, Carrie.
Yeah. Anyways.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Carrie.
All right, let's get into the question number 1. With the financial pandemic crisis going on, are there any free coaching certifications available that you would recommend? That question comes to us from Jay Kiani.
So Jay, I don't think that any certification is free. But other than that, you don't need a certification. I'm not saying it's not useful, you don't need it. It said by the frame of the question, it sounds like you think the first step is to go get certified. No. Is that a thing? Coaches actually think
Yes.
their first step of becoming a coach is to go get certified?
Yes.
That's odd. That's odd to me. It's odd to me. That was not my steps.
I mean, well, it's based. We have to think about how people frame their ability to create a career, and most of them are under the belief that they have to go through school to get certification or to graduate something.
Yeah.
And that thus means that they can do this role in the
real
world.
Yeah, but traditional going through school or traditional education is the fastest way to get yourself stuck in a job. That's not a bad thing. It's just if it's not a business though,
Yeah.
You know how many certified coaches I get acquiring to join my program that legitimately don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. But they spend all this money. There's no free certifications. That's what I know. And if it's free, it's probably bootleg. I don't think it's real. There's no way someone's certifying you for free.
Yeah.
That's like saying, go to the mall. Is there any free clothing in this mall? Can you let me know?
You guys doing a giveaway?
Is anyone giving away clothing for free? Is anyone giving jobs away for free here? You just pay me, I don't have to work? No. No, the real answer to your question is there is no something for nothing. So no, don't be searching for anything free. Yeah. But I understand, you're saying it's a pandemic, global, okay, but this is just perspective. Mm-hmm. You know how much money is being made during this time? This is let me shift your perspective real quick. You think, because of what you're seeing in your environment, you think finances are a problem right now. No, it's a problem for you. You go, obviously, Armin. No, but you're thinking it's a problem for you because of everything you're seeing around you. But your world's probably a little bit small, because if you're only seeing people not making money and you think the whole global pandemic, because you said what, it's a global financial crisis, right?
The financial pandemic crisis.
Okay, you're thinking the entire first of all, the pandemic and the financial crisis are two different things. The pandemic is a pandemic.
Yeah.
Everyone is dealing with that, whether you like it or not. But the financial crisis is subjective. Yeah. Do you know how many people have become millionaires during this pandemic? You know how many millionaires became 10 millionaires? You know how many 10 millionaires became 100 millionaires? You know how many 100 millionaires became billionaires? Yeah. Simultaneously, do you know how many people lost their entire life savings, entire everything? Of course, but I'm saying it's perspective. So the quickest way, not to be looking for free coaching certification, that's just a waste of your time. The quickest way to get yourself out of financial crisis is to change your environment so you're only seeing people that are making money during this time. Mm-hmm. We've had the best year of our life. This has been single-handedly, aside from the BS of coronavirus, this has been the best year of our life, especially in our business. So the question isn't looking for free things that can help you make money. That's, by the way, that's an oxymoron. It's like saying jumbo shrimp. Shrimps are small, jumbo's big. For free making money makes no sense. To make money, you spend money, you got to learn, right? My point, though, is don't seek for free resources right now that can help you make money. Like, no free resource is going to help you make money. No free resource is going to help you solve your financial crisis. They might help you do something, but they won't help you solve a whole big problem like a financial crisis. Yeah. If you're going through a financial crisis, the quickest and the most smartest thing you do right now is like swiftly change your environment, change the people you're talking to, change the things you're looking at online, change the things you're reading, change the things you're filling your mind with. From everyone's having a financial crisis to only filling it with all the people that are having a financial gain during this time. All the people who are finding creative ways to grow their companies still, right? And I'm not talking about just the people who are investors who profited off everyone's downside. I'm not saying that, because those are those people too. I'm talking about real entrepreneurs that found a creative way to still market. I'm still running ads right now as we speak. I have prospects booking calls for my program right now. We just had one. The little Slack sound you heard.
Did you guys hear that?
That was a book call. Guys, there's book calls happening. There's a sales call happening right now in my team.
Yeah.
Okay? I have my sales team right now talking to a potential prospect. I would not be surprised that in the next 40 minutes, we have a new sale. Money come in. Yeah. Client enrolling for the program. As I'm on the show with you. Mm-hmm. Right, Jay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, this is perspective, my friend. Right, Jay?
Yeah.
Wait, his name is Jay too?
His name is Jay too.
So Jay, shift perspective. Okay? Everyone's making money if you choose to only look at those people. And everyone's also losing money if you only choose to look at those people.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying it's easy or it's hard. It's not a matter of difficulty, it's a matter of necessity. You have to. You're screwed if you only look at the things that aren't working and people who aren't making money. You're screwed. Mm-hmm. Okay? I only see people prospering during this time. And people that are healthy during this time. People that are positive during this time. It's because all I found my mind is with this. I'm so immune to the financial pandemic crisis, to just the general crisis. I'm so immune to it, I forget. I'm so focused on my purpose to build my business, I forget what the weather's like. This is a true story. I actually walked out of my house the other week, and I'm like, oh my God, it's snowing. I didn't even look out my window. I didn't check the weather. I forgot it's winter. I don't care. My mind is not filled with nonsense. I was so focused on like what I'm going to do today and the things I got to get done in my business and how great things are. I'm like, I can't believe it. I walked out, I'm like, oh, I should probably have a jacket. Like, it's snowing. Swear to God. I'm like, oh, I can walk back inside.
A jacket?
I didn't put my winter jacket on. I was that oblivious to all the negative crap happening. Now, some of you are like, that's not smart. I'm ignorant. No, it's not ignorance. It's choice. It's choosing my focus. Where's it going? It's not ignorance. I'm not saying I'm avoiding the problems. I know the problems are there. I have solutions for the problems. I'm prepared for some of the problems that could happen.
Yeah.
But I don't focus. There's a difference between thinking about something and focusing on it. Huge difference.
Yeah.
So if you're focused on a financial pandemic crisis, you need to unfocus from that and focus on the opportunity. The financial pandemic opportunity. Coffee break. You need to focus on the financial pandemic opportunity.
I like that.
Pandemic opportunity. Everyone's going online. It's virtual now. Zoom has made more money than virtually most companies in the world. They went from 10 million users to 300 million users in 1 week.
Yeah. Communication platforms are going up like crazy. Did you know that you could share your screen on Facebook Messenger? Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Did they add that on?
They added that on. Because you know who they have to compete with?
Zoom. That's a car company.
Everybody, like, the amount of social media upgrades that have happened this year alone, and like things are moving quickly.
Do you know how many prosperous things are happening around you? You're just not thinking about it. You're not focused on it. So you're searching for free solutions. How do I get certified for free for coaching so I can start Do you think a free certification is going to get you some clients? No. What? No. It's like saying you want to build some muscle. You're asking a question. How can I find a pamphlet on nutrition diets? What does that have to do with getting muscle? Go get a trainer. Go to the gym. Go heavy lift. Go do something with your muscles. Don't think about doing it. No. You want education? You're here right now. This is education. Go subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of education out there. I'm not even promoting. Like, I'm just being helpful to you.
Yeah.
I have so many free trainings on YouTube that are very informative. They're not like pitches. I'm like, hey, work on my here's a story and like work with my team. No. I actually give trainings. And then I say, well, if you want to work with me on building the whole thing out, I'll work with you. Book a call. But you know how valuable the trainings are? You know how many book calls we get from YouTube videos, by the way? Because people watching, they go, man, this is valuable stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine if I paid for his work.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of training online. Like, stop. No free stuff. You don't need a certification, number one. Number two, there's no financial pandemic crisis. There is if you choose to focus on it. Doesn't mean it's not happening. It means it doesn't have to happen to you.
Yeah.
If it's already happened to you, just get your focus out of it. Focus on something new. Okay, what's the opportunity here? The financial opportunity is there are lots of new opportunities, of business opportunities, online opportunities that are opening up because people are online now. The pandemic opportunity is that you can focus.
Yeah.
When has there ever been a time in history that you can't be tempted to go out with friends, go out on dates, go out and watch a movie, go out and eat a bunch of crap, go out? When has there ever been a time in history where you legitimately are restricted from distracting yourself? Never.
Yeah.
Ever. Now is the time. Now is the time to focus, make some decisions, and start building something new.
Yeah.
Now, you have virtually no excuse to not getting something done. You honestly have only one option. Stay home or go to work and only do that. You can't try to waste your time. The only idiocy you can do, and stupidity, is spend all this beautiful opportunity of time to focus because you have no distractions anymore because most of the world's shutting down, and spend half your day watching Netflix. That's the only stupid thing you can do. Doing things that don't matter. Go, Armin, it's not easy. I know. But ask yourself, is it necessary?
Yeah.
Don't ask yourself, is this easy? What's the easiest thing I can do? What's the freest thing I can find? What's the fastest way I can do it? No. Why don't you ask yourself, what do I have to do? What must be done? What is necessary? What has to be done no matter what, how hard it is? Then your focus is on the right things. You go, well, you know, Armin, as I'm listening to you, the thing that has to be done that's necessary, that is the right thing to do, is for me to actually start like learning about how to sell my coaching, learning about how to build my business. Let me learn about it. Not a certification on how to coach. Wait. It's to actually go out and buy a book. That's only $27. You don't need a free coaching certification. If you can't buy a book on it, you shouldn't be coaching yet. You get a coach. Right? Mm-hmm. If you're in a problem right now and don't know how to solve it yourself, what are you going to coach others on? A certification isn't going to teach you how to solve your own problems. They're going to teach you intellectually what to do in a session. You know what a really good coach does? Solves their own problems. I had a coach, and one of my coach, I had a coach on one of my coaching calls in my program once, and they came on like, I'm stuck. I go, okay. I'm like, trees are stuck. You're not stuck. Don't say you're stuck. Like, trees are stuck. You can move. He laughed. He's like, no, I get it. But I'm saying, I'm confused. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, about what? I'm like, the program is giving you the entire A to Z of building your business. What part of it are you in? I'm in this part. We're growing our audience. I'm like, okay. So what's stopping you? Well, I'm just, now I'm becoming indecisive again about what route should I take with my coaching. And, am I going to be able to deliver coaching effectively? Am I going to be able to produce results for my clients? He was saying to me. I'm like, okay. So what are you asking me for? I don't understand. He goes, what should I do? I go, what do you think you should do? He goes, well, obviously, I have to become more confident in my coaching. I'm like, yeah. How can you do that? He goes, well, I was hoping you could tell me. I'm like, first of all, listen. I'm like, you're in this program because you don't know how to build a business. You're in this program because you don't know how to do marketing. I'm good at that. That's why I'm teaching you it. I'm here to coach you through building a business. I can help you with gaining confidence, but you should not be depending on me for what you should be doing behind closed doors to make yourself qualified to be a coach. What qualifies you to be a coach? I'll give you a simple criteria. You know how to solve your own problems, and then you're good at helping others solve their problems. But you do it first with yourself. Whatever problem you're looking to coach people in. Coaching is a problem-oriented thing. You don't become a coach on a niche for something you just want to help people with. You want to think about what problem you want to help people solve. That's what coaching's for.
Yeah.
Right? Experts in teaching and consultants will choose like a niche to teach. I want to teach you about dating.
Yep.
But you know what coaching is? Coaching is about thinking about what problem in dating do I care about that I'm passionate about helping others solve. I hate when there's conflict between relationships. Great, I'm a relationship coach and I help people with conflicts. Done. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm like, shouldn't you be doing everything in your own time to understand your craft better and to get better? I'm like, what, do you want me to give you permission to do that? You want me to tell you to go do that? I'm like, why aren't you doing it already? What are you doing with all your time? He goes, yeah, okay, I get it. I guess I'm wasting time. I'm like, well, what have you done in the last week to make yourself a better coach?
Yeah.
Well, I took a seminar. I'm like, did you implement the seminar? Did you do it in your life? I did. Okay, great. That's it. Right there. So do more of it until you get your own results. And then what you get for yourself, you help others with. Okay, I understand. But like, can you give me a step-by-step structure? I'm like, listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, but you got to promise me you'll do it. Like, as soon as I say it with no questions asked. He goes, okay. I go figure out how to solve your own problem right now. And then document what you did. And now you'll feel confident how to help someone else solve their problems. And I said simply, if you cannot learn how to solve your own problem right now mentally, like you have a mental fog. There's no problem with your business. His business is growing. Since we've helped him, he's growing an audience. He's growing a brand. He's built assets. But he keeps getting in his own way. So I'm like, if you can't get out of your own way, you shouldn't be coaching anyone yet. You need to get a coach for yourself first. I'm like, I'm your business coach. I could be your confidence coach too, but mainly you pay me to be your business coach. But if you don't want to develop, you got to buy a different program to develop yourself, right? Go buy Think and Grow Rich online course. They have one. It's so affordable. Go study it. Understand it. That's philosophy 100 years old. Yeah. It works. It's what's made our company grow. I'm like, if you don't want to put that time in, what makes you think you can solve other people's problems if you can't solve your own? I'm like, if I solve your problem right now, I build the muscle. You don't. I become a better coach. You don't. I'm like, so go. I'm like, you want to become a really good coach? Go figure out your own problem right now, and then find a way that you solved it and document that. That could be your process for helping others find their mental fog problems as a coach. I go, if you could do that, you'll come out more confident and you'll feel more higher self-esteem in your coaching. He goes, okay. My point of this is this, and Jay, as you're listening, you're in a financial crisis. You're saying, okay, no problem. Figure out how to fix that. The way you get yourself out of this situation, from what you do, document it. That becomes your certification, not a certification. That becomes why someone will pay you money because they saw you do it.
Yeah.
This is an ethical way of building yourself and building a business and coaching. Ethical, integrable, because you live it. You live what you're doing. That's it. Makes sense? There's no coaching course in this planet that I could have taken that could have taught me to be the way I am in my life. The closest thing to that is Think and Grow Rich. I'm just lucky because we have access to the president of Think and Grow Rich and the courses and the seminars.
Yeah.
But it's the closest thing. It still can't be responsible for how I am every second of my life every day. That's something I must take on in my own hands. What do I do in the morning when I wake up? How do I think in situations? The philosophy could only teach me how to do things. It could only teach me what to think, what the philosophy of living is. I can only learn so much from a book and from a course and from a seminar. But there's no course that's going to come into my life in the moment when I'm facing problems or decision making and I make bad decisions. There's nothing that can come in and influence that. It is my job in that moment. And so when you live what you are coaching other people on a day-to moment-to-moment basis and every day, you become extravagantly confident in yourself and helping others because you live it. So when you meet a client, you're completely opposite to what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So the difference is closing the gap between you and the client.
Yeah.
That becomes your coaching. No certification course is going to teach you that. They won't. They'll give you logistical things. Ask this question at this time. Okay, but for what reason? What if you yourself have the problem the person's asking you? What are you going to say?
Hold on one second.
You're going to hope that the question you ask
Just wait.
From the template they give you in the school.
Let me go check my notes.
Yeah, what are you going to do? And then imagine you're hoping their answer is going to break you through. Now you're getting coaching secondhand. You're sitting there like, I can't get along with my wife. You're sitting there like, I can't get along with my wife.
I hate my wife.
And then you ask them so what do you think you could do to fix this? You're sitting down like, man, I don't even know what he could do. And then you're hoping their answer is going to break you through. See, this is inauthentic.
Don't say that.
This is unethical coaching. You are unqualified, sir, ma'am, madam. Go fix your own problems. Then you will have no problem fixing other people's. That's a quote. Fix your own problems, and then you'll have no problem fixing other people's.
I wanna add, and it's also very important that you know how to go about fixing your problem. Maybe you don't have the answer, but you know how to get the resources.
How can they learn?
What?
How can they learn to go about fixing their own problem?
They have to try. They have to fix their own
Well,
problem.
yeah, but
I don't know.
They get their own coach.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where is he going with this?
They get their own coach.
You have to get your own coach.
Or you get a teacher.
Yeah, what I was alluding to was, you do have to get your own coach at some point. But it's about the resolve to figure out your own problems.
Yeah.
And not seeing it as this wall. But
most people know the answers to their problems inside. It's like we all know how to be healthy. We all know not to eat pizza and eat a fucking salad. We all know that, right? We don't need to. No, it's okay. You don't have to blank it out. I don't care. Swearing, man, we have a different audience.
We're not supposed to swear.
I was watching an early Claire talk, by the way, and I don't know if it was you or you. I think it was you. This guy blanked out me saying, what? It's not even a swear word. I'm like, why'd you blank that out? Screw. He blanked out screw. I'm like, screw this. Like this. I'm like, what? I said screw. That's it. And then 5 minutes later, I said fuck, and he didn't. He didn't blank it out. So he blanked out screw, but not fuck. I'm like, okay.
Got it.
Oh, God. Anyways, it's okay. You don't have to blank it out. My point is, what was I just saying prior to this?
We all know how to eat healthy.
Right. We all know how to eat healthy. Just don't eat shit and eat good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. But here's the thing. It's not about... Are you ready?
I forgot to do this in the
Ready?
bio.
Are you ready for this? It's not about what you know. It's about what you get yourself to do about what you know. That's it. That's coaching. It doesn't matter what you know. It matters what you do with what you know. A lot of people know how to eat healthy, right? Do you know?
I do.
Do you know the difference between pizza and salad?
I do.
Do you know the difference between eating at 10 or 11 p.m. and eating at 7 and stopping?
Yeah.
Do you know the difference between having a healthy breakfast and having pancakes?
Yeah.
Okay, no one needs to teach you that. You don't need to coach a personal trainer.
Yeah.
But the question is, can you get yourself to do it? Can you get yourself to do the right thing when the time comes? Can you get motivated enough to move when it doesn't feel like you want to? Can you persevere even though it gets hard? Can you make the right decision when you're tempted? Yeah. Can you fight against an emotion that you can't control and still do the right thing? Can you follow what you know? Can you? Now the question becomes, if no, you need a coach. The question is, yes, you are the coach. That's it. That's it. Ah, damn. Simple. It's not about what you know, it's about what you do. With what you know. Come on, Jim. That's it.
I love it.
So, no, certifications will not teach you that. I don't care how much you pay for them.
Yeah.
No course can really teach you that. Other than, I believe, Think and Grow Rich. I believe, right? But even then, like, you could still be a person that doesn't do what they know.
Absolutely.
And so Think and Grow Rich becomes wasteful to you. Right? I went to the same seminar. A lot of people did Think and Grow Rich, and guess what? We tripled our business. We built a 5-figure days, 6-figure months online with our business. Using the principles of Think and Grow Rich, masterminding, organized effort, definiteness of purpose, burning desire, persistence, decision. Faith. Apply faith.
Apply faith, more specifically.
Sexual transmutation.
W.
Genius state. Right? Overcoming fears. Outwitting the fears of the 6 ghosts of fears or whatever. Fears of ghosts, something. Outwitting the 6 ghosts of fear. There you go. My point is, I use the same principles I learned.
Yeah.
This company has grown this way in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
Same seminar the other person went to, done nothing with it yet. Done nothing. We did a follow-up Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know where everyone's at. I think everyone in that meeting, because they paid like a lot of money to be in this like this inner circle of TGR, we all have grown. Mm-hmm. We all have grown. But like, I know a lot of people that sat in the same seminar as me. I'm like, where are they today? I don't see anything different from them. It's like, and the problem, is that information anymore, or is it just lack of ability to do what they know?
Yeah.
Now, your ability to do what you know is where personal power comes from. It's action. And the process, the sequence, the science behind getting yourself to do is itself an art. Mm-hmm. It's a science. It's something you must learn. And that most of us actually know how to do. Most of us know how to do the right thing. If you don't know how, go learn about that. Because if you can't do what you know, there's no point in knowing more. Yeah. That was deep. That was so deep. That was like Atlantic Ocean deep. Which one's the most deepest ocean?
Mariana's Trench.
Mariana's Trench is that in Aquaman where all the little critters are? Those like millions of little demons come after them? Is that fake?
I don't know.
Aquaman. It's a scary ass scene. But remember how deep he went? He went so deep he went to the core of the earth and then found his mom? Remember he found his mom in the core of the earth.
This movie?
Aquaman's sick. My point is, Aquaman went deep. Oh, I just, spoiler alert. Maybe I'm going to watch the movie. But yo, it's like 2 years old. Everyone's watch it. Spoiler alert, his mom is in the core of the earth. She's not dead.
Wow.
They didn't eat her alive. What did they call them? God, what are they called? Those.
I don't think I watched
I
it.
haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah, that's what
His mom died. His mom died. His mom died, don't worry. It's your fault. It's too late. So he goes so deep down, and he enters this hurricane under the water. And he gets spit out into the middle of the earth. Okay? That's how deep what I just said was. If you don't know how to do what you know, there is no use in knowing more.
Thank you guys so much for coming to watch this episode of Clear Talk. We'll see you next week at 12 p.m. Eastern.
I hope if that didn't hit you now, if it didn't click now, you'll be walking out your driveway and tomorrow morning and a brick's gonna hit you in the face. And then you'll be like, oh, I get what he meant. I got what he meant. Hope that answers your question.
20 minutes later. Awesome. Oscar actually asked us a question. He said, how do you train yourself to do the right actions?
It's a long-winded answer because it's conditioning of the mind, right? It's been years I've been working on this, and it's not an overnight thing. It is not. By default, this is the one thing. Maybe you can learn how to make money overnight. Maybe you can learn how to do something overnight. This is the one thing of life. You cannot rush. It's like nature. It's like farming. You plant a seed. It doesn't matter how impatient you are. That seed is going to take its sweet-ass time to grow.
Yeah.
You cannot rush nature. And your body is nature. Your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, it is nature. And nature takes time. So to change habits, change thinking, to condition yourself, train your mind to be different, takes time. And it's just everything you do. It's not about the big things you do in your life. It's about the small things you do every day.
Yeah.
It's like brushing your teeth you've done every day, hopefully. Twice, 3 times a day, right? Hopefully. Right? Okay. That has impacted your life. Your teeth look the way they do today because of thousands of hours of teeth brushing over the years of your life, right? But that one time you read a book, that one time you ate a healthy meal, that one time you worked out, doesn't do anything to you, right? It's not one burger that makes you fat. It's not one salad that makes you skinny. It's not one book that makes you smart. It's not. Right? It's always the things you do over time. Over and over and over and over. I was listening to a podcast with some of my favorite entrepreneurs, and these guys like building $100 million companies. And they literally were talking about one whole podcast episode was all about how they read the same book over and over and over again. Literally goes, I realized this guy's made $100 million and the podcast owner has made $350 million. And they're just really genuinely good people. Like they're just good, impactful entrepreneurs. Like I admire them for what they do. And you know what they said? It's funny. A lot of entrepreneurs think you have to read a book a week. Look at all these billionaires, they read a book a week. CEOs do that. But see, we're not CEOs. We're entrepreneurs. Yeah. Entrepreneurs got to be focused on doing one thing and getting really good at it. They're not CEOs. CEOs have built something and it's done. So now it's about learning general information to expand their thinking. But you should not be doing that in the beginning of your business. The first 5 to 10 years of your business, you should not be doing that. Because that first 5 to 10 is about building the foundation, building the actual thing you're becoming a CEO of. Right? CEOs, when you have a corporation, it's set up. CEOs are usually public companies, meaning you have a whole system going without you. Bill Gates is a CEO, sure. Or now he's not. But like Jeff Bezos is a CEO. Yeah. He can, at that level, now, at that time, read a book a day, sure. Warren Buffett, sure. Doesn't mean me and you got to do it now. Me and you got to pick up one skill and get good at it until we've mastered it. And then move to the next one. So he goes, it's funny, a lot of entrepreneurs will try to read a lot of books. Yeah. They want to read many books. He goes, but the guy that was speaking, he's made $100 million online. He goes, but I focus on reading one book many times. He goes, most entrepreneurs read many books. I focus on reading one book many times. Mm-hmm. Most entrepreneurs want to read a lot of books, 10 books a week. I want to focus on reading one book 10 times that week. Yeah. And he goes, and I keep reading and reading and reading because every time I get something new out of it. Because the more I read it every single time, I get something new and I implement that. And I realized that, and this is what I got from listening to him. And I've been a preacher of this for a long time now. I actually have arguments with some of my friends about it because they'll read like a library full of personal development books. I'm like, bro, I'm still reading Think and Grow Rich. It's been 3 years. I'm still like reading like 2 people's or 3 people's work. That's it. I'm still listening to one source for something. It's been 1.5 years now. They go, well, man, don't you think you're limiting yourself? I'm like, don't you think you're distracting yourself? Don't you think? Isn't it subjective? Aren't you limiting yourself?
Wow. Don't
you think if 5 other people have the same different perspectives of the same topic, you would learn more? I'm like, or you're learning 6 different people's perspective of one thing and you don't know which one to choose to actually implement.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't it a distraction to learn too much? Here's a little secret, just between me and me. You can listen on it. I don't think this is the right way for anyone else. I don't know. But I know it's been for me.
Yeah.
I believe if you can get one thing from something and spend a lot of time doing it, you are going to get further ahead than anyone else, than the person who learns many things and spends little time doing it. I'll read one book over and over and over again, do it everything I know about it until I read a second book. I actually do not allow my mind to get new information. I do not allow it. If I hire one coach in something, I will listen to that one coach until I've really exhausted as much as I can know about them, from them, before I get someone else. I bought courses before, and it takes me 1 year to 2 years to buy another one. I don't need it. I'm spending all that time doing what I learned. The secret is not knowing more. It's about doing what you know. And if you don't know how to get yourself to do what you know, there's no use in knowing more. Simple. So I've been living this for the last, really 7 years. But in this business, my coaching business online specifically, over the last 4 years. We're going on a 5th year now in business. But my answer really is for Oscar, right? How do you get yourself to do, condition yourself? It's conditioning. It takes time. And you got to know the system for it. I'll give you a snippet of it. It's about what you say to yourself out loud every day. So my mornings and my nights are spent me talking to myself out loud, saying my goals, reading what I want to believe, reading everything over and over and over and over again until I've memorized it, until it's ingrained in me, until it's a part of who I am. You know, I'll give you a little, I can't really teach you whole, if it was as simple as telling you in 10 minutes, no one would need a personal development industry, okay?
Yeah.
So it takes time. You got to engulf yourself. Work on yourself harder every day than you do on your business. Jim Rohn said that. Work on yourself harder. If you spend 10 hours a day in your business, spend 12 on yourself. Yes. If you only got 10 hours to spend a day on something, spend 6 of it on you and 4 of it on your business. Yeah. You might be like, Armin, that doesn't make money. It makes a lot of money. You make way more money developing yourself than if you did developing marketing skills. Because the person you are determines what you do with those marketing skills. Is this clear or not?
Amen!
It's like a puzzle. I'm just fitting pieces and it's all clicking.
Armin, you're gonna take me to church.
Cheers. Amen. Cheers. So,
I love this.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, so great.
So Oscar, it's I'll give you an example though, so you understand what does it mean to condition yourself. Okay. Do you know how sometimes you hear a song and it plays over and over and it's stuck in your head now? You know when it's stuck in your head? Man, you're driving, you can sing the damn song. It's been 12 years, you haven't heard baby, I don't know, it just hits you. Mm-hmm. The song is stuck in your head, it's tattooed in your brain. You can't forget it, you can't even shake it off, even if you wanted to. If you can get your goals, your values, your belief systems, if you can get your goal to get stuck in your mind like a song does, now you've conditioned your mind. Now you've conditioned yourself. Got to get your goals in life, your values, your vision, what you want to become, why you're doing, your motives, your reasons. You got to drive it to the deepest part of your subconscious mind until it's stuck like a song, like an annoying song. So instead of hearing Justin Bieber in your head while you're driving, you hear your goal. That's deep. Here's another example. I give another analogy. I learned this from Sonny Verma, CEO of Tutor Bright. Brilliant speaker. Personal friend, coach of mine. He said this once, and I'm like, man, it's so true. He goes, people are like, I don't have desire in life. I don't have motivation. I don't have, like this plant has more motivation in you to stand up, stick out straight. You're like, and he gave an example once. He goes, people don't understand what it feels like to have desire in life.
Yeah.
They don't understand what it feels like to be motivated. He's like, I'll give you an example. Because you felt it before, you just don't know how to connect the two. He goes, have you ever been in high school and had a crush? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, you know when you have a crush and like all you can think about is this girl or this guy, whatever. And it's like you can't shake them out of your mind. Every time they're around you, you get nervous. Every time you think they're going to be somewhere, you get nervous. Every time you're around them, you freeze up. You like write songs about them, write about them, think about them, talk about them. You try to get into like thing, you're obsessed. And like the moment you get like a text from them or get a look from them or get like even a little bit, you're like, oh, your whole day is better, okay? See how much you desire this person? He goes, if you could make yourself feel like that about your goal in life, you'll have it, no matter what. I'm like, man, that's brilliant. I've never connected those two feelings. I'm like, I know what it feels like to want a girl.
Yeah.
To want love. Want sex, whatever. Those emotions are strong. But I'm like, man, I've never thought about what if I felt like that? How would it feel like to feel like that about my goal? So I started to play with this idea. It's called sexual transmutation. I close my eyes. And whenever like I got sex energy in me, right? Or like I take the emotion of like love or likeness or like crushing or whatever. I take that feeling and I feel it and I go, and like maybe I think about a girl. Maybe I think about a girl that I used to like or whatever. Or maybe I just think about anything, right? That's around that area. I'll get myself stimulated about it and then I'll literally, as I'm feeling, I'll shift my focus on my goal. And I'll collapse the two. I start thinking about my goal and I'll look at myself like who I'm going to become, my body, the bank account, the impact, the company, the clients, the results, the flights, the stages. I start thinking about it as I'm feeling this sexual energy going through me, this love, this emotion, this desire for sex and love and romance. I'll take these emotions, I'll put it on my goal. Eventually, you do this over and over and over again, practice it. Now when you think about your goal, you get turned on. It's called sexual transmutation. Now I think about my goal, I get turned on.
Yeah.
I will use the H word, I get horny. I get horny thinking about my goal.
The H word.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a very explicit word. Some people might get uncomfortable. I said horny, someone just got uncomfortable watching it. They're like, what? He said the H word. Not hermit, horny. So, hermit. I get horny when I think about my goal. If you can get yourself horny when thinking about your goal, nothing will stop you from getting it. Nothing. The same way, nothing will stop you if your crush in high school texts you like, hey, I'm home alone. And you're like, oh yeah?
Why?
Okay. So, and they'll be like, want to come over? You're like, ah! You know, you start running, you run out your window, you don't even grab anything, you're half naked.
Yeah.
You start jogging, you know. That level of, you're on the street jogging, no shoes, you're flat foot, underwear.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Hopefully you're down the street, or else you're jogging for 40 hours. So, that kind of desire, if you get that level of desire for your goals in life, for your purpose, your vision for what you want to become, ooh. Now the trick becomes this, the catch is what? Well, you got to be clear on what that is. And if you're not clear on what your goals are, your vision, your purpose in life, you can't do that. The same way if you're not clear on who you like or what girl or guy you're attracted to or what you're looking for, you can't. You can't get emotionalized. That's why the first principle of Think and Grow Rich is definiteness of purpose. That doesn't mean having a purpose. It's not the religious sense. It's about definiteness. Did you just mouth me at the same time?
Yeah.
Too many TGR seminars. It's about being definite.
Yeah.
Definite. Definite. Divinity. Saying in different ways so you can never forget. Definiteness means being decisive, clear, focused, specific. If you can be that with your goals in life, then the second step is very easy. Make yourself horny about it. Horn yourself up. Turn yourself on. Thinking about your goal. What time is it?
12:15.
I'll give you a tiny hack for the men listening. Maybe this works for the men, women too. I don't know. I'm gonna give you a serious, like secret, super explicit hack to impressing your subconscious mind with your goal. When you're having sex, or when you're doing like sexy time with yourself, think about your goal. Now it's just weird because some of you are thinking like Armin does this shit. I do. I totally do. I'm being honest. I'm being open with you guys. Right? Leading from the front. I do this. When you're having sex, when you're in sexy time with yourself, anything sexual. Even when you're just making out with your spouse, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Literally, close your eyes and visualize you achieving your goal. As all these sensations go through your body, as all the energy floods through your veins, even at the peak and at the climax, think about your goal deeply. Don't look at your wife or husband. Don't look at them. They're already there. They get you afterwards. Give those 5 seconds of orgasm to your goal. Feed your future. Fuel it. And the wonders and the magic it does to your mind. To have those emotions and all the sensations and all the pleasure and everything jumbled up with the ideas and the focus and the vision of your goal in your mind. Your brain's going to be like, every time you think about your goal, you won't be able to sit. Guys know what I'm talking about. Do they know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Only guys don't understand.
If you've
You
got
can't sit comfortably.
if you actually do have a partner though, I'll dive in with Armin. You could take it one step further.
Ooh.
And discuss what you both would like to manifest by
While
the
you're doing
end
it?
of said session.
While you're
Could
doing
be
it?
together, could be separately.
You mean during the...
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
We don't have to go there.
You're
Just take-
in the session with them and
Just-
you're talking to them?
Just
Lauren's face exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What you talking about?
if you're both open to it, have a conversation about it.
Close up on my face. I don't know about that.
Hey,
Hold on. What?
we don't have to.
Is it before or after observing? Hold on. I need to know. Do you have a cheat sheet that I can download in an 8 audience growth
Yeah,
funnel
we can.
where you can give me a script on how to go about a conversation while I'm having sex? Because that sounds intriguing.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Hey, by the way, I know we're like kind of in it right
No.
now. I want to know, like, what's your 12-year goal?
Armin's
like, what do you want?
No, I'm like, listen, baby, describe your goal to me. What are you talking
Not
about?
quite
Is it
like
jury?
that.
Okay,
It's
tell
not
me.
quite like that.
Lauren?
Hold on. I need to clear this up.
Yeah, I need to clear it.
It
Yeah,
does-
So
you
you're
don't-
talking about you have a conversation
Sure.
beforehand,
You
and
could-
then while you're doing it, then you just say, like, you climax and you say it out loud?
You
Is
could
that
talk
what you're
about it
saying?
before. You
I'm
can
not
say it
talking
out-
during a climax.
You can say it out loud. You can have it in your
So,
head.
Okay, hold on.
This is all
So
about
you're
how
saying-
you and
Yeah,
your
yeah,
partner interact.
So you're saying when you climax, you shout out your goal. Is that what you're saying?
No, you
Well,
can.
that's next level. If you say it out loud.
You can say it out loud. You
I'm
don't
like,
have to say
just
it.
much money at the end of the year.
I would really hope you don't do
My
that.
hair goes
Oh
gold.
God.
Fire comes out.
If you decide to say it out loud, you
Yeah.
can. But what Armin is talking about is a very singular.
It's very, yeah,
interaction.
close your eyes
But
and
you
think.
can-
Put it together
but you
so that
can-
it's not just one.
Yes,
Oh,
but you
you
can
mean
make it
together.
a communal
There we go.
interaction.
Yeah,
Yes.
but are you talking about
that's-
talking to them about it?
So,
Yeah,
You
communicate
can
with
talk to them
before
about
you-
it. If they're
Yeah.
if they are your partner,
Sexual affirmations.
if they are your life partner.
Sex affirmations. So while you're doing it, you repeatedly tell yourself,
Do we
"We're
have
gonna
any
be
sex
rich.
coaches in the community?
We're gonna be healthy.
Let's
We're gonna
chime
be
in.
wealthy. We're gonna grow an empire. We're gonna build a business. We're gonna do this." Like that?
Yeah,
I mean, instead of dirty talk, we success talk?
yeah. I
Sexy
need to.
success talk.
Anyways, yes.
Sex talk. Not dirty talk.
No.
Dirty talk's like, yeah, just like that. Success talk is, yeah, you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
You're
Does
successful.
that sound corny to you?
Very corny.
Okay. That's fine.
Thank
To
you for
each their
sharing.
own.
I still want a PDF printout on the step-by-step on how you do this.
Isaiah wants to know if there are any book recommendations.
Are you really
for the-
posting a question from there right now?
for the exact topic about
Sex transmutation?
becoming focused on your goal, right?
Oh.
yeah, like the willpower, because you said something
Yeah,
about
building willpower.
Like
How to own your own mind.
That
Napoleon
willpower.
Hill. How to own your own mind. Napoleon Hill.
Wow, I haven't seen that.
It's a different book. He dives very deep into the mind about creating discipline, concentrate. There's a whole 150 pages on just concentration of effort. Concentrated effort.
Mm-hmm.
Concentration is the key to it all. And it's really discipline. I'm actually, in the back of my book, I have 5 things that are a formula, the magic formula to achieve anything in life. I wrote it out because I read his book and I'm like, I get it. And I wrote it out and I had this little statement.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember. I haven't said it enough to memorize it yet, but it was something like pretty much the key to anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
Know exactly what you want. Know exactly what you want. Go after it and never quitting.
Mm-hmm.
Condition your mind every day for confidence to achieve the goal, which is
Yeah.
visualization.
Yeah.
And then focus your discipline or emotions to not be distracted, all while never stopping, which is persistence. So it's 5 major keys. Really, that's how you achieve anything. Definiteness of purpose, auto suggestion, which is conditioning your mind, persistence, faith, and concentration of effort. Pretty much that's the only things you need.
Yeah.
Let's see what people are saying.
Can you repeat the book again?
How to Own Your Own Mind by Napoleon Hill. I just finished that book like last month.
How to Own Your Own
Mind by Napoleon Hill. That's a great book.
Oscar said he was about to buy it.
Sick. That's a great book. I just finished it. He even gives a breakdown of the mind. Like, it's insane. 100 years ago, this guy was breaking down the mind. All right, let's see what people are saying.
Okay, so we got 2 more questions. One of them, Arvin, we just repeated the question. It's also down in the comments. How to Own Your Own Mind by Napoleon Hill. Adam asks, how do you know when it's time to transition to doing your coaching business full time?
You'll know. You'll know. It's either going to be a certain amount of money you've just made and you go, I want to do this again, and my job is getting in the way of that. It's going to be a feeling sometimes. You're like, I just feel so clear, I don't know why I'm in a job anymore.
Yeah.
I've had that. Some people are like, I got a guy in my program, Fraser. Fraser hasn't made any money yet. He's literally starting from scratch. We're helping him develop like expertise to be a coach.
Yeah.
So we're giving him a certification in a sense of like growing his coaching skills. So he started from nothing. He's just like, I want to help people. I'm like, all right. And he had a job. He literally quit it 2 months into our program because he got so clear on what he wants to do, got so fired up about it because we helped him with all the strategy and everything about who he's going to become, what he's going to do. He quit his job. He's like, I don't need this. It's getting in my way. So it's a feeling for him. He didn't even get a client yet. Well, he did free clients, right? He did free sessions. That's what you do in the beginning, right? And he literally said, I just quit my job. It got in the way. Mm-hmm. So that's another way. It could be a feeling. It could be a certain amount of money. It could be just the right time. Some people jump to the coaching because they lost their job. Yeah. So it's always going to be different for everyone. But really the key is when you feel like it's the right thing to do. Yeah. And you got to follow your own gut on that, Adam. You got to just know, but like, man, if you're still uncertain, think about this. If you're still uncertain about doing it, it's not time yet.
Yeah.
It's not. If you're obsessed with doing it, with going full-time in coaching, then you obsessed people will find any way and fastest way possible to get it done.
Yeah.
So if you're actively looking for ways to go full-time and you're like, you planned out, like, what do I need to get done to go full-time? What has to happen? And you do, but eventually you'll hit that. But everyone's different. For me, my thing was I never got a job. I had one job my whole life. I was 17. I worked in a suits shop. It was actually Fairweather, which is a girls' clothing store, but it was mixed with Stockholm, which is a suit shop. I was the only guy working with 8 other women. They picked on me a lot, I think because, they told me, my manager actually came to me like, you're a distraction because you're attractive. And I'm like, I don't think I'm attractive. Back then I had low self-esteem. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But he's like, you're distracting the girls. I'm like, I'm just here. What do you want me to do? Like, and we had a lot of issues. Rochelle, shout out to her. She was my only ever manager, ever boss. Like in like a minimum wage, like hourly job. That's the only job I had. For me, it was one day where I sold $1,238 of suits. One 8-hour shift on a Saturday. And I was working with this other girl, I forgot her name, she's a sweet girl. She only sold like $42 that day. So I went to my manager, I'm like, yo, Rochelle, I sold $1,200 today. Do I get a commission? She goes, no. She goes, I get a commission. I'm like, what do you mean you get a commission? She goes, at the end of the quarter, when we do enough sales, I get a 1% bonus on our sales. I go, well, can you give me a piece? I actually asked her this. I was so new to this whole job thing. She goes, no. And I'm like, then tell me this. What is my incentive for working so hard to sell more clothes? Other than just being here. She goes, well, I don't know. I looked at her, I'm like, this makes like my first day making that much money, which was like a month in. I'm like, this makes virtually 0 sense to me.
Yeah.
As a long-term solution. And like, this makes no sense to me. So I quit like 3 months into the job because I got one tiny opportunity to start building a business. This was 7 years ago. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. So to me, the right time for me to go full-time in my own business it wasn't even coaching, but I'm saying I went full-time because I felt like what I was doing was a waste of time. Yeah. So everyone's different. Like, I was cool with not making money for a bit to figure it out. I was cool with that. But that was less scary to me than staying somewhere, wasting my valuable time doing some shit that doesn't even pay me properly. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
So everyone's different, bro. Set your own goal and go after it. And when you feel right, do it. And look, there's no way around the nervousness. Everyone's going to be nervous. Mm-hmm. I was talking to a guy on a sales call. We did a strategy call, and I'm like, look, you're trying to find a way to do this without being afraid. There isn't a possible way to do that. Unless you've done this before, there's no way you're going to not feel nervous. I'm like, when's the last time you jumped out of a plane, never have done it before, completely calm and relaxed? If I threw you behind a plane right now, the cockpit, I'm like, yeah, let's go for a flight.
Yeah.
Just hit some buttons, make it work. What are you gonna? You're gonna shit your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've never done this. That's normal because you've never done it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're starting a business, you're going full time, you're doing something you've never done. That's normal to feel. So the key is not you're trying to find a way to do it without feeling the nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. You're asking for something that's not real. Start finding a way to do it anyways. Get yourself to do it even though it feels scary.
Yeah.
That's a successful person. Failures will sit there and go, well, because I don't feel good about it, because I don't feel right about it, because I feel scared, I'm not going to do anything. Okay, stay there then. Successful people will go, I feel really scared, but I'm going to do it anyways. Because I know it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
See, I know it's the right thing to do. So the emotion is not going to get in my way. Whereas the other person's a victim of their emotions. Oh my God, I feel nervous. No, how are you going to build a business? The moment a problem comes in your business, you're going to sit there and go, oh my God, I got to quit. This doesn't work. Relax. You need to build emotional muscles for handling problems. The first problem is your fear of doing this full time. Mm-hmm. Just do it and figure it out. That makes you better as a coach and as a person. Yeah. What are the rest of the comments? Got lots of engagement. I want to know what's going on. We'll go over time. It's okay.
Oscar's asking, do you teach all these topics in your high ticket program?
Of course. The hell?
Yes,
Come on,
we do.
And if you don't build yourself, you can't build your business. Build yourself, and yourself will build the business. Is that a quote?
Build yourself and yourself will build the
Based
business.
on Lauren's facial expression, I think it's disapproved.
Yeah, Adam.
No, it's great. Like, build yourself, and yourself will build the business. I took it from in network marketing. I used to hear, build the people will build the business.
Yeah.
But build your mind, and your mind will build the business.
That's better than build yourself, and the self will build the business. That's better.
I like the self.
Lauren disapproved that one. But
Is that better than self?
I think so.
Yeah.
But
Self
Adam,
is better?
No, build
your mind. Mind is
Build your
better.
I
mind
like
and
that.
yourself.
Build your mind, and your mind will build your business.
Okay.
What did you say? We're talking about coffee now.
What?
She's saying build your mind and yourself will build the business? That's what she
I
said?
said build your mind and your mind will build a business.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
No. Build your mind, and your mind will build the business.
The business.
You never build something. You build something. Love you. Okay?
Is that why it's A on the chat?
It's all about the feeling, Adam, right?
Sure,
You're
sure.
going to get, after you write down your goal, and you also track how your emotions are feeling about the situation. Like, do I feel ready? Am I nervous? What am I nervous about? Am I nervous about the fact that I don't have the skills? Once you start to really dig deep into the actual emotions that you're facing based on you wanting to make this decision, you'll actually be able to decipher it a lot more quickly. So for example, and I'll bring in my own small example, when I wanted to drop out of university, because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, I ran a bunch of different scenarios in my mind. And one of them was, man, my parents are going to go crazy. They're never going to approve this decision. I am African. They're going to beat me. Haha. It was a very scary time. But I knew that I did not want to be in university pursuing this program and doing this thing anymore. It didn't work for me. I'm sitting in class. I will never forget this day. I'm in psych. I went to Ryerson where we used to have classes in the theater. So in... what's that place called? In the Eaton Center, we had classes, in the actual theater, the theater seats. So we had psych in the theater seats. And I go into class one day, I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm dropping out. I'm not going to see you tomorrow, but it's
You were in a
great
psych
getting
class?
to know you.
Yeah. Did they try to therapy you?
My friends are they're like, what are you talking about? Stop. You're going to be
Is this
here
a psychology
tomorrow.
trick?
They're like, you're going to be here tomorrow. Don't worry. You're just having one of those moments. And I'm like, no, I don't think so, actually. I think I know that this isn't what I want to do anymore. I ran the synopsis. I know how I'm feeling about it. I won't be back. But it was great meeting you. Please add me on Facebook. I'm going to go pursue other things.
Side promo.
It's I'm going to go pursue other things. And I literally was yeah, I know this is a great decision to make because I analyzed what my goal is. I wrote down all of the feeling scary things that are on my mind right now. I either know how to deal with these things. I know how to get the information that I don't have. I know how to face this fear or whatever. And I'm great. I'm going to do it. Went to class that day, told my friends I will not see you tomorrow.
Yep.
And the next day...
Stood up.
And I didn't leave like that. But the next day, I got the text. Jeanette, where are you? You're really not coming back? I'm yeah, man. I made this decision and I'm sticking with it. And a big part of that reason was because I knew my goal. I listed out all of the things that potentially could have scared me and how I was going to go about dealing with them. And lastly, I had undeniable faith in myself, right? Like, if you know where you're going.
How do you build the faith, though? So people are lacking faith. That's why they ask questions like this. Not you, Adam, but like, it is a lack of faith. I'm just being honest. Like, if you truly had real faith in yourself, you wouldn't even doubt doing something you want to do because you just know everything's always going to work out. How did you build your faith, though? I'm just curious.
I think if I had to pinpoint, I wouldn't say it's one thing. Like, it's not like, yes, this is the one thing.
If you did say it's one thing, what would you say? The primary thing. Doesn't mean this is the only way to do it. I'm just saying it's the primary driver of the faith.
Yeah. Yes, Upton.
What I got out of your story was the moment you made a decision.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how it felt.
But did you need the faith to make the
Yep.
decision, or did the faith come after the decision? The decision.
I think the faith comes after the decision. I do think the faith comes after the decision, but I'm not sure that the decision was the only thing that like solidified it.
Right, but after.
But after, yes. After I was like, yeah, I made a decision, so worst case scenario, I'm going to stick by that.
See,
that could be my being stubborn.
Some of you
or what? But
are trying to
definitely
create a
part of
plan
it.
before you make a decision.
Yeah.
You're trying to find out the how before you find out the what. And this logically makes no sense. I don't think you've ever thought about it, so let me make you think about it. Why would she need to create a whole plan for leaving if she had not decided to leave yet? Isn't it only necessary if you've decided?
Yeah.
The only time to be thinking about how is once you've decided you're going to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're indecisive, there's no need for a plan. But then people will sit down and go, well, I want to do this. Okay, but have you decided? Well, I don't know yet. I don't know how I do it. Why do you expect you to know how to do something if you haven't decided you need to do it yet? It's like saying you're stressing about, well, how am I going to afford this new home? Well, did you decide to buy it yet? Well, no, but I want it. But did you decide you're going to buy it?
Yeah.
No, I haven't yet. Why not? Because I don't know how I'd afford it. What? You first decide you're going to buy it, then you find out how you afford it.
Yeah.
You don't find out how you afford it to decide to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a slight pivot of thought. It makes a huge difference in your life. People who stay stuck in life, people that are trees, always seek for the how before the what, before deciding and committing to the what.
Yeah.
People who move, human beings, successful, intelligent people, they always decide things and then figure it out after. Faith is developed after you jump off the cliff. The wings will come out. Some of you are like, but I have no wings, so I can't jump. Well, what if I told you the wings only show up when they are needed, which is when you're falling? It's exactly how faith works.
Yeah.
Right? Bro, I mean, I'm making a box of deep stuff in the core of the earth where Aquaman went. So if you go find the box right now, all the lines are there.
Faith works when
I
you
think
need
what
it.
stops people is that they don't neglect their situation. I look at my situation, I'm like, yeah, I want this. I don't even care what happens because there's no going back. So I guess you neglect it and you make the decision and you have faith.
Faith, you said it actually, Upton summed it up. Yes, faith only comes when you need it.
So,
You don't need faith until you made a decision.
so it's like a power.
I'm getting chills. Is everyone else getting chills? Feel me. Touch me.
I feel like I'm in church.
Are
I
you?
feel like
It's a
I'm in
Sunday.
church as well.
Sunday.
I'm definitely feeling like I'm in church today. For sure.
I'm not even like we're not even. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
You're spiritual.
Let's not talk about this. Doesn't matter. This is all nonsense talk. Just be connected to God. Be connected to something bigger than you. That's all I am.
Yeah.
The question is, why are people hoping to have faith and confidence in something that they do not need it for yet? Right? Until you've committed, you're going to be an entrepreneur. You don't need to know how to be one.
Yeah.
You won't need faith or confidence in yourself. Some people are like, I have no confidence in myself. Okay. Well, what do you want? I don't know. So what do you need confidence for? You don't need confidence to not know what you want. You don't need confidence to stay where you're at. You stay where you're at. But if you want to do something you've never done, you're going to need some confidence in yourself, right? So now, once you decided to do something you've never done, you're going to need what? To develop the confidence. And magically, the mind will attract all the things you need to get the confidence. Your mind is like a heat-seeking missile. See, heat-seeking missile, when you let it go, it has a target. It only works if it has a target. And now it follows the target until it hits it. You trying to figure out the how and how it's going to fly and where's it going to go before setting the target. You trying to figure out the how without deciding on the what you want first is like releasing a heat-seeking missile with no target. What happens? Have you seen everything in the movies when it loses target? It goes and it goes in the water.
Yeah, and then it just... Yeah.
That is your mind. If I showed you a GIF right now of a heat-seeking missile drowning, that is what you're doing with your mind. Look, it's right here.
Like the puzzles has been like all screwed up.
You're trying to do this in reverse.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out what roads to take before you know where you're going. Oh, so odd.
To answer Armin's question, like how I built the belief, the faith, whatever. It's based on making the decision, but I also have a solidified vision of what I want my life to look like. So I'm not convinced. I'm not deterred by the little things that happen between now and the goal.
That's the answer, by the way. Sit down and develop a vision for your life.
Yeah.
Clear.
Then decide what you need to do. Decide to go full time. Then do all that, because now you know why you need to. Deciding to go full time in your goals and your dreams in life should not be based off your current circumstances. If it's only based off that, then guess what? A current circumstance will get you out of it. If having to make more money to get out of your job is the only reason why you got out of your job, then the moment you don't make enough money, what are you going to do? Go back to
your job.
Zoom in on my face. I hope that slapped you in the face.
That was really good.
Like with a wet towel. That is what people do.
Yeah.
They wait for the circumstances to fit their convenience and comfort for making the decision. Yeah. But when you make decisions based off your external circumstances, then the external circumstances can also reverse your decision. I'm only quit my job. I make $4,000 a month right now on my job. I'm only going to quit once I've made $4,000 in my coaching business, so I can do it on there because I just want to exchange the two. First of all, that's ridiculous. Why would you build a business to make the same amount of money in a job? Makes no sense. Minimum 10 to 20 grand a month should be your goal in a business, because why on earth would you go through all that work to build something to just make how much you can make in a job? Minimum. Now, you say, until I make $5,000 to replace my full-time income, I won't go full-time in my business. Okay, no problem. You go full-time, you make $5,000 first month, you made $9,000 because you did that and this. You quit that, you go into this. Next month, you make nothing. Businesses are up and down. Now you go, oh, I have no money. What do I got to do? You're not going to think about how to grow the business. Now you're thinking about, what job can I go back to?
Should I pick up nights? Let me take a part-time.
See what I'm saying? I got to get a part-time job to pay for my business.
Get a part-time job.
Hold on. I got to get a part-time job to pay for my business. But my business is supposed to be funding my living. But the job's going to pay for the business, going to fund my living? What?
What you talking about, Willis?
You commit. First decide. Have a goal. Figure out the rest after you jump. That's the only way to do it right. Even if you figure out a way to manufacture your own wings before you jump off the cliff, they will fail on you more than the ones God has given you. It is uncertain. It is unpredictable. You cannot artificialize faith. You can't artificialize confidence. You know why? Because it doesn't work under the highest pressure when it's needed. Because it's not genuinely built properly. I don't care about the 1% of people that find a smart way to budget everything to slowly, gradually go into a business. Because they Gary V'd their ass. Open up 12 streams of income making $5 each. Hopefully making enough income to quit the job. Sure, okay, no problem. But you know what that person skipped out on? Faith. They didn't jump off the cliff to grow their wings. So they misused their wings. They unused them. Guess what happens? Something you don't use, you lose.
Lose.
So now you have no faith. You lost it because you never used it. But what you did is you walked off the cliff and walked down instead of trying to get to the bottom by flying. Well, when you get down there, you're going to be the only one with either broken wings, fake wings, or no wings. Everyone else is going to be walking around like angels. Hey, we made it. What the hell happened to you? Oh, I just couldn't find the courage to jump. Well, didn't you see all of us doing it? Look at all the other people in the world going full-time in their business and working out. Yeah, but a few of them died.
Yeah.
I know. Because they didn't commit. They jumped half-ass. One foot was still left. They broke their leg on the way down. They didn't fully jump. Faith is built and created when it's needed. It's only needed when you decide. And deciding is based on having a clear vision of why you're deciding what you want. I just reverse engineer with Jay for you. That is a very clear understanding of how to go full time.
Yeah.
Pretty much how to do anything in life. What are the comments? Let us know what people are saying.
No other comments from there. Adam
I
just
see
said,
so many comments there.
I already read them.
All of them?
Adam just said, yeah, got it. Certainty and clarity. So, yeah.
Hold on, are people just saying random stuff?
No, I read all of the things that were said.
What? I see at least 15 comments there, and you've only read 4 things.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'm confused.
Armin wants to personally read all of the questions on the comments.
Did you read every single
yes.
comment?
Did you read Oscar's where it says, do you teach this in
Yes.
HTC?
Yes, I did.
What's the next one after that?
That's Adam saying, got it. Certainty and clarity.
What's after that?
Nothing.
What's above that?
Next week's clear time. That's
Oscar
exactly that.
asking if that's in our high ticket program.
Above that, what's there?
How to own your own mind.
Above that.
How do you know when it's time to transition?
Seriously?
Armin doesn't believe me. You see what happens, guys?
Anyways.
What an episode.
I hope everyone got value from this. It doesn't get any clearer than that. It really doesn't. Do not seek comfort when going after things outside your comfort zone. Ludicrous. It might even be Jay-Z, I don't know.
We need to know who said that quote. But he's right, though. Absolutely.
No, it's on a quote. I'm just saying it right now.
Oh, so it's not actually by Ludacris or Jay-Z?
No. It's ludicrous, I mean like it's ludicrous. Like
Oh.
it's crazy. And then I brought in Jay-Z. Maybe even Kanye. I don't know. But don't seek comfort when traveling outside your comfort zone. Makes no sense. Expect uncertainty. Expect fear. Expect unpredictability. Expect things going wrong as much as you would expect them to all work out. I'm saying do not avoid it. Do not ignore it. Do not try to go around it. I once said this to Isaiah early on when he was just an infant in my life. He asked me, how do you get yourself to do the hard things? What happens? Back when he used to call me sir. Remember those days? He's like, sir, what do you do when something doesn't happen the way you want it to? When you fail? Remember that? When you make a mistake. You're like, you get that feeling in your stomach? I was in my car. I specifically remember I was in my car. You were talking to me on the phone. It was that night. I was about to go home. I was about to get out of my car, go home. And you're like, sir, like, what do you do when you know you messed up? When you know you failed? When you know you didn't get what you want? And you feel that thing in your stomach? That like, you know, that pit feeling, that, ugh, I didn't do it. I go, yeah, so? I smile. And you're like, what do you mean you smile? Like, I smile. Because I know what it really is. It's not a failure. It's a lesson. And he goes, oh. Remember those days? I'm like, bro, the only reason why you feel pain when you fail and when you're trying something but you mess up or you don't get what you want, only reason why you feel that is because your expectations are wrong. You're hoping there is an easier way to go around this. Because you're hoping for this thing that's not real, when the reality kick hits you in the face, you feel bad.
Yeah.
Because you didn't expect to feel that. I'm like, it's like when I'm at the gym, I hate lunges. I still don't do, my trainer goes, lunges? I'm like, no. I don't do lunges, okay? I'll do everything but lunges for my legs. I can't do that one leg thing where you step, very uncomfortable. Maybe it's my knees, I don't know. One of the most uncomfortable things. At the beginning of the year, they told me, my trainer said, it's one of the best exercises. I'm like, fine, okay, whatever. And in my head, I'm like, man, this is going to suck. I'm going to hate this. And for a moment, I'm like, I was hoping I could do it step in a way. Remember I gave you the example to you? I mean, maybe I could step in a way where it doesn't hurt as much. I could avoid the pain. So as I'm stepping, I have the bar over my shoulder. As I'm stepping, I'm like half-ass stepping. I'm like going down a little bit. I'm not really digging my hips in. I'm doing things to like decrease the pain.
Yep.
To try to avoid the pain. And then for a moment, I'm like halfway through doing 10. I'm like 5 down the gym. And I'm like, wait, what am I doing? And like in a moment, it came to me. I didn't stop. I'm like, isn't the goal of the exercise to feel pain? Isn't the goal for it to hurt? Isn't the goal for me to be uncomfortable? Isn't it? If it was supposed to be comfortable, everyone would be fit because they wouldn't need anything to avoid. I'm like, the whole purpose of me growing and breaking my muscles down, tearing them apart, and doing some shit that I'm not used to because it's so hard, is that it's hard. Yeah. I mean, the whole point of the exercise is that it's going to be hard, but not to wish it was easier but to wish you were stronger. Like, I'm trying to avoid the pain when I should be focusing on getting stronger legs, because then it won't be that painful. And then it hit me, I'm like, man, I'm trying to go around the pain. But that's why it's becoming more painful, because there is no around the pain. I looked at Isaiah on the phone. You know, you could do that. You could look at people through a phone. I looked at him, I'm like, dude, the fastest way around pain is through it. It's to go right through it. Why? Logically. Because if you try to go around it, it'll take twice, 3 times the time. You'll probably waste time and have to go back and start again. So you're just prolonging the pain. But if you just suck it up, accept that it's going to be hard, and just go through it, magically it becomes easy. Because it is the shortest distance, shortest period of time, shortest everything. It's a burst. And because you also accepted it's going to be difficult, you now aren't afraid of difficulty showing up. Because you know it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
You're trying to start a whole business, and you're thinking, is there a way around the fear? Around the certainty? Around the fact that I don't know this can work out? Around the lack of knowing? Confidence? Around the failures? Is there a way around it, Armin? No! That trying to find a way around it will prolong you 5 more years, and you're going to still not be successful because you're still trying to find a way to do this that's not possible. AKA the people that we talk to that's like, 3 years I've been trying to build a coaching business. Well, did you actually do it or did you try? No, I've been trying still. I haven't done it. Okay. Because you're still trying to find a way around the work. Fastest way through it is right through it. Fastest way around it is through it. I told Isaiah that. I'm like, 2 things. 1, problems aren't problems. Failures aren't failures. They're lessons. They're opportunities. That's why I smile. I'm like, great. It's good. 2nd, the only reason why you even feel bad when a failure happens or something happens that you didn't expect is because you weren't expecting it. You thought there was a way around it. And that's because you're trying to go around the pain. The fastest way around the pain is? Through it. Zoom in. Keep it zoomed in on my face. All right, zoom out. I only did that awkward stare so you can never forget what I just said. Because you're going to remember the weird-ass guy staring at you through a camera on Clear Talk that one Monday. Well, whatever day you watch this on YouTube. Now you'll never forget. Broke your pattern. You're all weird. You're like, what the hell had just happened? Why is it so weird? I think my favorite takeaway from this show is, doesn't matter what you know. It matters what you do. And until you know how to get yourself to do what you know, there's no use in knowing more. I think that's my favorite quote so far. So thanks for tuning into this Clear Talk, this episode. What episode is this?
This is episode 43.
We're almost at the 50K mark. The 50.
42? 43, yeah.
We're going to be going a year strong now. 42, episode 42, 43, 40 something. We're in 40s. Midlife crisis going on right now. We're mid-age. Thank you for watching Clear Talk. We go live every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time inside of the high-ticket coaching community. You can find us on Facebook in a group. Join our group. We give a lot of free content in there, and you can watch us live. You can go to AskArmin.com right here and submit your questions to get free coaching on this live, just like we just did, for your questions. And also, I'll send you some goodies in your email. We'll send you some value trainings we come out with and all that good stuff. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop a brand new free training, a brand new Clear Talk episode, or anything else we put out. That's going to help you propel and grow your message online, get clients online consistently, and grow your coaching business. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Go on and make the rest of your week the best of your week.